Hey folks, I want to talk about something. It's so funny because it happened a long time ago, like several years ago, back when I worked at that stupid car dealership and I had my old Bronco. And I was so lucky that it had oversized tires and it had a suspension lift, I think, so it was a big beefy truck. Because I remember when I was at my old apartment and I was driving to work, I wasn't paying attention. And no, it wasn't because I was making videos. It was just because I was flat out not paying attention. There was no reason behind it. And I was in the far right lane and I ended up driving up the curb. I was going like 45 miles an hour and I hit the side of the curb when I was on the street. And like I almost went like over the curb. I was like, oh shit! I just felt like bringing that up because there's been a lot of times where I felt like I was getting too close for comfort and I thought I was gonna like go hit the side of the curb on the road or whatever. And it just made me think of that time when I actually like hit the side of the curb when I was driving to work with my Bronco. And like the whole damn car was just like all over the place, like bouncing around. I thought I was gonna crash, but I didn't. Because like when you have a suspension lift with oversized tires, like obviously it's gonna be a bit bouncier of a ride because you're higher up and you have those big beefy tires. Oh, I missed that truck, damn it. The only thing I didn't miss about it is getting like 9 miles to the gallon. It was ridiculous because like minimum wage was $7.25 back then, and when I worked at the dealership I was only getting like $9 an hour. And keep in mind I was spending like over an eighth of my paycheck just on gas when I had that damn truck. It was retarded. I was spending like $300 a month or even more, probably more, just on gas. And then I was wondering, why am I broke all the time? I have no money. Well, where's all my money going to? The stupid gas hogging truck, that's where it's going to. Yeah, so good for the environment, I know. It's not like this van is much better. It is better. It gets about the same gas mileage as my old car, that stupid Ford Taurus. They both get roughly 24 miles to the gallon, which is surprising because this van obviously weighs more. I thought it would get I thought this thing would get like 15 miles to the gallon, but it gets up to like around 24 miles to the gallon, apparently, because look it up to see for yourself. It's called the Honda Odyssey minivan, and it gets somewhere around 24 miles to the gallon highway or something like that. I think it gets like maybe 20, 21 in the city. It really depends on how much you stomp on the gas. If you really, this applies to any gas car in general. It applies to anything that uses any kind of power. I mean, the more gentle you are on using it, obviously the less power it's going to use. Still have to recycle these stupid cables that I'm never going to use again. Ooh. Matches. I still gotta use these, folks.